Rock and Roll Trucker.
This is the Rock and Roll Trucker. We're knocking out miles, we're eating good, we're rocking and rolling and having a good time. Come along for a ride. Let's see where we can go today.
Good Monday, everybody. How's it going? I've got no hat on. Is that bizarre? It's weird for me. I never see myself without a hat. But here's what we're dealing with today, so get used to it for right now. We're in the truck. We're about to pull out. We're going across Chattanooga to grab a load, and then we're going to take it over to Cherokee, Alabama. I finally got hooked up with one of those good high dollar per mile short haul loads that I've only had once or twice since I've been here. So I'm getting some pretty killer profitable revenue on this last day of the pay period here to close this pay period out. Like really excellent. I don't know what we'll do from there, but they hooked me up for today. Yeah, I appreciate them giving me this. I don't know if they had a company driver that had to dip out for the day or what, but whatever the case may be, the load landed on me. And as far as short loads go, it is spectacular on the pay. I mean, just like really good. I don't even know, like, it's about as good as you can possibly get. Like, even after their percentage is pulled, it's still a spectacular rate in this current market environment. So I can't so far fuss today. Sorry if I'm a little distracted there. I'm trying to get my odometer, my trip odometer and stuff like that set, and get all my gauges set the way I like them. And we're getting ready to pull out of here. We're going to go pick up that money load. It's going to be heavy. It's going to be a junk load, but it's not bad. It's easy. Easy living. Good pay. It's going to make for a pretty darn decent paycheck for this next Friday, which I desperately need a couple of those coming in. I need a few of those coming in. So hopefully the rest of the week is as good. But yes, shout out to my company on this load. Thank you, BWY there for laying this nice profitable piece on me there. But I'm going to get off of here, and I'm going to roll across town, grab that load, get some fuel, and I'll reconnect with you when we get on over there on Highway 72. Y'all be good till I get back. I'll see you in a few minutes. Hey. We're back for a minute. We'll get over here to our shipper here in Chattanooga. Drop and hook. Pretty quick. In and out. Wait, we got to fix something on our logbook here. We didn't update our status here. We didn't put we were dropping and hooking on here. We got to be all kinds of fancy and legal in here. Let me adjust this camera since I'm stopped. There we go. All right. Yeah, we got dropped and hooked. We got us a heavy load. We got 43,000 pounds of scrap paper. We're going to Cherokee, Alabama to a paper mill to get rid of this here mess and get paid very well to do so. I don't know what's next. I do not know what will be after that. They have not sent me anything. Last time that I did this load, we got to that particular locale and there wasn't much other freight to choose around from in the area, and I had to wait till the next morning in Coleman, Alabama. Now the one in Coleman, Alabama the next morning, I'm going to say, was not a bad load. I don't know if that was a spot market load or something they get regularly or what, but if I end up having to go to Coleman, Alabama again, not completely horrible. I'd hate to have to wait till tomorrow for it, but that was a good light load over there. I don't know what they're going to have in store. They have not given me any indication or sent me anything yet, but we've got this nice little short end of pay period, high paying piece of freight here, and I love it. I love it. I've only done this run once. It's super easy, and the revenue, again, there's not a ton of miles on it, but man, oh man, do you get paid for the miles you're doing. It's like well above average. I mean, it's like COVID era trucking freight market boom levels of pay on it. So I love it. Not going to complain a bit about this. If I end up having to sit all night without anything else, you'll probably hear me fuss a little bit. But as of today, can't fuss about what they gave me. It's quality. But we're pulling out of here. Oh God, truck, come on. This truck had a Kenworth of roughly this same year when I worked for Atomic Transport hauling the trash. had the same 10-speed auto shift transmission as this one. I think that might have been a 2017. This is a 2016. I can't remember, but quirky transmission. I got to be honest with you. This particular one they put in these things, it is not nearly as refined as those ones they're putting in the Freightliners now, and probably the ones in the Volvos. And I'd say the brand, even in the brand new Kenworths and Peterbilts, probably have one a little more refined. But this one, they just didn't quite have it figured out. Sometimes it'll just get stuck on stupid when you're trying to pull out with a heavy load, and it'll just stall, and it'll take like 3, 4, 5 seconds to gain its bearings and get itself proper, and it will hang you out to dry in intersections sometimes, which it just did right there. You know, that one I had, that day cab Kenworth I had on the other job, it was very much the same story. It's not just this truck, it's that transmission and the programming of it. But that's what was happening back there. But yeah, we're rolling. We're about to go over here and jump on the highway, and we'll up here and merge into 24, get to moving. We're gonna get down to the Jasper exit down there, where there's the Loves and the Nickajack Jasper exit. There's a Loves and a Speedway there, and I'm going to use the Speedway for my fuel stop. It is my number 2 fuel stop out of my top 10 for the day. It's number 2 by 3 cents, but I'm not going to fuss too much about that. Instead, I don't really like the number 1 stop. It's 3 cents cheaper, but I'm pumping minimal amount of gallons today just to get me where I'm going, because it's the last day of the pay period. So I'm not going to pump much, so the 3 cents ain't going to make much difference today. The amount I'm pulling, the amount I'm going to be pumping. So we're going to go to my Speedway that I like there, get some fuel, and then we're going to jump on over there to Highway 72 and take off to Alabama. That's what we're doing today. Getting paid well to do a short load, and the weather is gorgeous. Had a pretty good weekend. We got to go see my kiddo, my youngest one. His high school band went to a competition Saturday, to a really good size one, like a big competition, and they are a very high level band in the 5A large band class, and they ended up finishing 2nd overall out of everything and missed winning the grand championship by 1 point. Last weekend they went to a competition, they cleaned house and won everything. This week they came really close. They even got an award for having a superior rating in every category this time. So they were in the cream of the crop this time. I mean, oh so close to winning the grand championship, and oh so close to finishing first place overall in some of the subcategories, you know, drum major and music and, you know, all that stuff. But they were 1 point out on winning the grand championship overall on everything. So proud of them, proud of them. That was a good time watching that. They've been on a great performance. But we had a good weekend. We're having a good day so far. And, I'm going to go off here and do some driving and go find some fuel, and I will reconvene with y'all later. It'll be good till I get back. I'm going to try to do the same. Oh, Lord, y'all. It's always something. It's always something. Here's what it is today. Yeah, that tire, the tread just came apart. Plenty of air still left in the tire, but there ain't no tread. And there ain't a lot of tire shops to choose from over here around Scottsboro, Alabama. So I found one. They say they got a used one. There ain't no telling how much tread's on it. It probably ain't worth the shit, but they said it'll get me down the road for a little while. They're gonna hook that up on me. But they went to lunch immediately as I went in there and asked them about it. I think I've been sitting here for about 30 minutes. Got about another 30 minutes to go. That is a Loves recap tire. They've been good tires so far, but based on the phone call I had with them about this tire, I'll never do business with them again regarding tires or their recaps. It's a warranted tire. I'm 30 something miles away from the closest Loves, and that tire's not going to make it. I got 43,000 pounds in the box. Not going to make it there. I said all I can do is set up a road call. And even though the tire is warranted, they don't cover the road call. And the road call, they said they didn't have anybody available to send me out until they got to their evening shift at like 3 o'clock this afternoon. And they have to charge me the labor. They claim it takes an hour to get from their Loves in Jasper, Alabama over here to Scottsboro, which is about 30 miles. So that's full of crap to begin with. They charge you an hour. They charge you an hour labor to get here. They charge you a labor for the time that they're here. This is all like $135 an hour. They charge you an hour to get here, that time they're here, and they'll charge you an hour to get back, plus, whatever they do to change the tire. Plus, they got the hourly rate on all that, and then it's the mileage, and the mileage is expensive as hell too. So, when all said and done, the service call to get a tire that they claim to stand behind that is warranted, it'll cost more for the service call than it costs to buy the tire in the first place. It's obvious that the tire just came apart. It's not punctured. All of the air, it's still got full air pressure in it. But the tire, it just came apart. I didn't want to run retreads, but I've had such a bad run with this, and the market is so awful. When I slapped some tires on there, I had to do what I had to do, and they were a good deal. They reviewed well, and other people have had a lot of good luck with them. So I put 4 of those on my back axle there, with the understanding that they were warranted and that they would stand behind their product. And they'll pretty much stand behind their product as long as you don't need them to stand behind it, or if you can take it to them. They discount the fact that you're sitting on the side of the road and can't go anywhere. Well, if you can get over to us to our nearest shop, it'll be a whole lot different. Well, I'm telling you, I can't. Well, we'll come gladly fix it for the low price of hundreds and hundreds of dollars, minus the price of the tire. And so I'll never buy those from Loves again. I'm not saying I'll never touch a retread again, but it won't be from Loves. They just continuously provide terrible, awful service to everybody. This is the same place that replaced one of my airbags a month or two back, and they spent an hour and a half between 2 people to replace an airbag, and then I had it on there for 2 days, and they had done something wrong on the installation, and it just flew apart and blew up. Even their own service guy that came out and warranted that fix, said, yeah, they must have messed something up there. So they have no regard for anybody's time. They have no regard for anybody's money. And I don't know, unless it's a complete emergency situation, I won't really be dealing with Loves anymore on much of anything. Their fuel is outrageous compared to everybody else out there too. Their stuff in their store is terrible. And now they just, it is what it is. I gotta say that again. But this business venture here so far is doing everything it can to financially ruin me here and run me out of the business. So we'll see what happens. Keep on doing what I got to do, but every time I have a little bit of good go for me, something even worse bad happens. Got a good load today, pays a lot of revenue. And this is what the world kicks back to me. This is what the universe threw back in my face for my troubles. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it anymore. I'm just over the whole industry, over the whole everything. Just over it. I'm gonna go sit in the truck in the air conditioning and wait for these people to get here. Throw this dumpy tire that's gonna have a lot lower tread than the one next to it, and probably gonna ruin the other tire too. So it is what it is. What's $1,500 worth of tires between friends? I don't need to eat. I don't need to pay my rent. Whatever. We're gonna keep our chin up, right? We're gonna try. I'm losing the energy to keep my chin up anymore, though. But I'm gonna go. I'll catch up with y'all later. What's up, y'all? As you can see, I'm back moving again. Just having a little bit of a crisis, a little bit of a fit over that tire there. Back on the road. We got it resolved. Still pissed and irritated at Loves. What I did, found a place in Scottsboro. They were not a tire shop. Called Big Rig Truck Repair. Shout out to those folks. It's a shop, and they also run their own trucking company out of there. And they're not a tire shop, but they didn't really have to help me out, but they went out of their way to help me out, and they dug through their own stuff and found me a very, very, very closely matched used tire that was in really pretty good condition. Time will tell, time will tell how long it will last, but they found me something. That got me going, and it's charged me an extraordinarily fair price. They did not have to even help me at all, considering they're not a tire shop, and they didn't carry new tires, nothing like that. But they helped me out. It's hard for owner-operators to catch a break on anything these days, and those folks really unnecessarily helped me out when they didn't need to. So 5 stars, 2 thumbs up to Big Rig Truck Repairs in Scottsboro, Alabama. If y'all ever happen to stumble across my little meager channel here and happen to stumble across this video, shout out to you guys. I much appreciate you. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, folks, we're back underway. That caused me to, they had my next load lined up. That pretty much shut me out of my next load. That canceled, so I don't know what I'm doing next. They had my next load after that lined up. I don't know if that's going to scrap that one too. I assume it probably is. I don't know. They just sent me a message as I'm sitting here talking to you. I got to look at that here, pull over and find out what that is here in a minute. But we're moving. Now, y'all saw me kind of freaking out and just sick of it all there, and I'm still absolutely sick of it all. It's just getting harder and harder to manage, but we climbed over another mountain there and gotten through another battle, and we're going to keep on making it. We got no choice but to keep on toughing it out and doing it. I don't apologize for melting down there, because it was my true honest feelings on how I was feeling at the moment. And it's just, y'all get to see the real life feelings and emotions of it all whenever, as it's happening. When things are going good, I'll tell you. When things are going bad, I'll tell you. Things were going bad back there. But we're back moving. We got to figure out what's going on here. So I'm going to get off and drive some more while I still can. Haven't been able to for a couple of hours, but we're going to move again. So I'll get back with you again here in a bit. We'll see if life improves a little bit. And I'll catch y'all in a bit. Good evening, everybody. Feeling tired. This day just completely stressed me out. I finally made it over there to my delivery. It took a little longer than I think it ought to take to unload bales of paper, but it wasn't bad. What happened was, when I had that blowout, they had planned my next 2 loads out for me. I was going to be leaving this place and running to Athens, Alabama to grab my next one, which is not very far. It's going to be easy to go grab. And I was going to go to Norcross, Georgia, outside of Atlanta. I hate Atlanta and everything, but it was going to get me over there for okay money, and then I was going to jet back over to Chattanooga to grab one off the yard. So the load in Athens was an appointment time. The flat tire ruined that, so I lost that load. It was late in the afternoon, and I knew freight would be probably difficult to come by over here to find a replacement load, and I knew that's what they were going to tell me. And that's what they told me. They said, but we're still going to look for something. And then I never heard another word. So I lost that, I lost that load. They apparently they either didn't find anything else or didn't look, but either way it goes, they didn't bother to message me back and let me know either way, which tells me that I'm just dead heading all the way back to Chattanooga to pick up what would have been the 3rd load. So this good pay that I got on this load essentially just got cut in half, because I'm dead heading 185 miles back to Chattanooga to go grab another heavy load that pays okay, but not great. And somebody else picked it up from wherever they picked it up. I assume it came off one of the Coca-Cola plants in Chattanooga, so there'll be a slight bit of that I don't get to, because whoever picked that up will get a little bit of it. And it's exhausting, man. It wasn't just the price of that tire I lost today. Like, I lost out pretty decent chunk of revenue to go along with it, along with a now 180-mile deadhead for free. And this whole thing, well documented on here since day one, since the very first trip I took when I got this truck. It's just been an endless supply of just not working out. It's exhausting, y'all. I'm just mentally tired from it. I'm mentally tired wondering every week, is this going to be the week that tanks me? Is it, is there going to be a breakdown? Is there going to be some kind of flat tire that takes out another tire and, cost me a road service? And that, that's the thing that puts me under this week where I can't keep up with everything. It's tiring. It's tiring. I hate to sound down. I hate to sound, all negative and stuff, but it's exhausting. It's exhausting wondering every week if this is going to be the week that puts you under when you're working so very freaking hard and just running yourself to exhaustion every week. Just working as hard as you can to put some money in your pocket, put some money in the business, and the majority of the stuff that happens is just 1,000% out of my control. Nothing I can do about it. It's just literal, just strings of bad luck and strings of just bookings and stuff not going my way, which that was a bad case over at JRV when I was over there. And it's been spotty over here, and just have been working so hard without really having a whole lot to show for it. It's like the freedom aspect that goes along with being an owner-operator really hasn't been there, but because I'm just having to just constantly keep on running. And I'm not the only one. This is across the board for a lot of most owner-operators right now, especially newer ones. Outside of the ones that, have done really well for themselves over years and have money piled up and have excellent contract freight and stuff like that, those guys have breathing room for the most part. Not all of it, but the majority of my cushion got exhausted in the very first week on the whole entire gig. It's just... And I haven't been able to rebuild it all back. And, that keeps me from really being able to take off the days that I would love to take off. Go do a lot of the things that I would like to do with, family and kids and, Aaron and, stuff like that. It's keeping me from being able to catch up on some bills that I was hoping to demolish by now. And this is not a unique story to me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to ask you to feel sorry for me and me only. Woe is me. I'm just telling you, my reality at the moment. I know I'm not the only one. It's just very disheartening. I don't know. It'll either play out in my favor or it won't. I guess that's the only way to look at it. All I can do is keep on just wearing myself out and trying. That's all we can do. That's all any of us do. It's the way this system, the whole way this country works is set up, it's just, I don't know. You're just born to work, it seems. That's about it. I don't know. Maybe my luck will change. I don't know. Maybe I'll eventually run out of things to go wrong, and I'll start getting the perfect storm of bookings and freight and stuff like that, and everything will turn around and be great. I don't know. All I can do is keep my fingers crossed for that. But right now, it's hard to keep my head up, y'all. It really is. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I'm still going out and busting my hump every day because I don't have any choice about it. So I'm not throwing in the towel because I literally can't. And I'll cheer up some. It won't be like this all week on the videos, I promise. It's just my feelings and my truth and my reality for the time being. Just being as real as I can with y'all about the ins and outs, the ups and downs of it. I'm gonna drive for now. There's a gorgeous sunset behind me in the mirror. absolutely stunning sunset behind me right now. So I'm gonna admire that for a little while. Admire the nature around me here. I'm gonna get off here. Catch back up with y'all in a little while when we get somewhere. That'll be good till I get back. Well, howdy ho, people. Looks like I'm sitting in the sleeper. Because I'm sitting in the sleeper. We're finally done with this useless day. We made it back to Ringgold, to the yard where we're picking up that load that should have been our third load of the week tomorrow, but we lost that one, so we just got finished dead heading 180 miles back for the low price of free. Yeah! Well, we're here. I found my other load. I don't have time to hook up to it and take off with it, so we're going to get on that in the morning, but got the paperwork to it, and whew, just short of 45,000 pounds again. You've heard me say, keep on talking about how heavy these freaking loads are on this gig, and I'm not playing. It's it'll be a little overkill. I mean, that's sure a lot what had to do with that tread breaking loose on that tire today. There's just repetitively heavy, extremely heavy loads and all the heat that we've had and all, but that is what it is now. I can't go back in time and figure it out and make it not happen. So we're done. We're here. We're about to do our evening routine. Take care of what we got to take care of. Read a couple pages of our books and all that good stuff, and generally just get ready to go to sleep. Got to edit this video up too. That won't take long though. Well, I'm not gonna talk your ear off here. You pretty much got the gist of how my day was going earlier in those clips. This is not the most cheerful video I've done, and I don't really want there to be many of these. Life will get at you sometimes, and you just gotta be truthful about it, and express your feelings and your sentiments on how it's going there. Today it wasn't going good, and that's just being real. Just letting y'all know the score here. And we'll get some good sleep tonight. We'll wake up and feel a little better and try it again tomorrow with another heavy, crazy load. But we'll get it there. We'll get it done. Yeah, we always do. I'm a survivor, I guess, if anything. Yeah. Well, I'm going to get off of here. I just wanted to get on here and say good night, good morning, good afternoon to everybody. Close this thing out and let you know that hopefully the next one's coming after this will be a lot more cheerful. Anyway, yeah, it's go time. Y'all have a good night, good morning, good afternoon. Get in those comments and talk to me. Chat it up with me about anything. I don't care what. Anything that's interesting. Yeah, hit that like, share, subscribe. Any of those will do. I would love some comments and some thumbs ups on there. Yeah. And, I'm not even going to close out with little catchy slogans and stuff this evening. We're just going to... I've got my little things I like to say at the end of this video, and I just don't have it in me right now. So, my non-energetic self is going to just sign off by saying, y'all be good, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.